Righto guys, so I'm going to give you a measurement. This measurement is what we recommend, so that depending on your height it does vary a bit, but at the end of the day guys, if you can rest your elbow on the armrest in this vehicle, N70 Hilux, and your arm, the further extended your arm is, the less sore you actually get when you're hanging onto an object and your arm's hanging. So I'll give you the measurements, what we recommend guys. This one's back a little bit too far, but you put your measuring tape in this rubber seal in front of the cab here, and we recommend 275 mil to the front of the Deutsch plug bracing plate, which ends up being, if you want to go to the center of your handle, 325. So that's a measurement guys. I'll give you a look at the light while we're going. This is a LIGHTFORCE, it just unclips. The wiring harness is all custom built, so wires never break. We design it so that if someone grabs it and rips the handle the wrong way, wires aren't going to break and you're not going to get a breakdown. So that's what it's all about. Rightio, we've got a N70 Hilux Wgia roof brace system. Check it out. So pull your roof line there guys, got them straight in. Sikaflex 221. Hangs on really well. When you use that, you don't even really have to have anything pushing it up, holding it up. So you simply just drop your roof lining out. It sits up against this brace here, and it sits under this brace. And we've found guys, a lot of the glues let go, the original glue, so we just filled it all up in between the gusset and the roof. We just filled it all up with Sikaflex 221, and we're going to let everything dry and set real hard. So get that in guys, and then we're going to stick the power beam handle, BLAZZA handle in, or a power beam handle, whichever you like, and then we're going to put the roof liner back in and she's done. Okay guys, so we've got the Deutsch plug bracing plate on top, so we drilled our pilot hole through for the roof, and we went to the inside of the cab with an 84 mil hole saw. You can go bigger, even 90 mil, drill your carpet out, and then you go back to your bracing plate, and you can drill one hole, one M 5.5 mil hole here, and bolt it, do it up tight, and then get it straight, and then do your next hole diagonally, do it up tight, and then you drill your next two, and the Deutsch plug bracing plate will guide your drill bit. That's a handy hint to know guys. And then once you've done that, you can even use this stainless steel plate. If you're using a hole saw, you can use it to guide your hole saw through the roof, and the more accurate your holes are in the roof, the better everything bolts together. And then there's a little notch just in the top here guys, I don't know if you can see it or not. That's to guide your drill bit, your center hole for your cable gland. So that's your marker. And then on this cable gland it's a M18 hole. So just check depending on what size cable gland you got. So you do your pilot hole for the cable gland, and then you go to the inside of the cab, and you'll have the same thing guys. You'll get if you're putting a Wgia roof console system in, you'll get a 48 mil hole saw, and you'll just drill the carpet out 48 mil, and then you can drill your hole in the roof for your cable gland, and you can access it properly to do it up. So you've got all the wires through. Willie Clark is just hooking everything up. This has got electronic dog releases on it, this vehicle, work lights, and your spotlight powers your thermal separately, all the gear. Depending on what you want to build guys, we can even custom build that for you. And while we're at it guys, I might as well show you. So we just got two wires coming from the battery with the midi fuse and the midi fuse mount we supply. It's just a 6 mil twin core wire, and it just goes down that front pillar, front passenger pillar on this side. Goes down through this pillar. You can zippy tie it along here, and then you drop your glove box out. This is in the N70 Hilux, and you'll find a cable gland in this section in here, and you run your 6 mil twin core through, mount your midi fuse, and run your power and earth to your battery. So once you've got those steps done guys, you've got your roof lining in. As you can see, Will's hooking the console up, all the wires now, and it'll all bolt up with the handle at the same time. Okay guys, so we've got all the roof lining back in. This is a console we've designed for it, so when we build these guys and you put in an order, you can tell us how many switches you want. So we can put another switch panel on the driver's side as well. We can do up to 5 spare switches relayed. So that'll give you, you can run your driving lights, your work lights, whatever you want to run off this console, even a Starlink. I'll run you through how we got this mounted in. So we've actually got 35mm long bolts at the back and 30mm long bolts at the front, the M5s. And then these two back bolts, we've actually got 3 M5 washers between the console and the housing of the handle, just to angle it down so that it doesn't push too hard up on the roof at the back. So that's just one thing to note. If you want to run this console system in the N70, that's the little trick you got to do. We'll supply everything for the kit, the bolts, the lot. And while we're going, we'll show you a look. So the handle comes off, the light comes off the top. So when you're not hunting and you're in town, everything's out of the road. The fuses are all at the back for the whole system. And the reason why we designed this, guys, is we've learned what wires hold up, what relays hold up. And when you mount them in the cab, you don't get bad connections because it's out of the heat and the moisture in the engine bay. So this one's even got electronic dog release buttons. We can run up to 4 buttons on these consoles. So that's just your passenger side front and driver side front on this side. And then all your relays, guys, if you ever want to inspect anything, all your relays are in this plate and your fuses are at the back. And just say you were having a lot of trouble with it and for some reason you couldn't work out what's wrong, you can quickly just drop these 4 bolts out, drop the console down, unplug your wires and send it back to the Wgia shed and we'll go over it for you. So all our wiring harnesses are interchangeable on the bench. So the Spotlight wiring harnesses, this wiring harnesses, we can send you spares. And like I said, you can even drop this down and send it back to us if you don't want to try and work it out. So that's what we're here for, guys. So this roof, well, it's very exciting for us because we know we can deliver such good products to our customers. This roof is that strong. I'll show you how strong this roof is. It's as strong as a single cab Land Cruiser. So my kids would be able to stand on the roof of this car. Beforehand, you wouldn't lean on the roof. So I can pull on that with all my weight as hard as I can and there's not one bit of movement in it. So that's a really good thing because thermal stability comes from how everything's positioned, how strong your roof is. So if your roof's wobbling, naturally your thermal's going to vibrate and your screen's going to vibrate. So getting your roof braced up is one of the major fundamentals to getting thermal stability. And then it even goes down to suspension on your car and the way your car's built and even the tyres on it. But the main fundamental definitely is to get your roof braced up. So I hope that's all the information you need, guys, to have a look at the N70 Hilux build. You don't have to if you want to buy the kit and not run the console, you can even just run a square 100mm brace through the top and run your wires through the handle, or you can run a DEUTSCH plug bracing plate kit without the console and wire it up yourself. So that's about all I can think of, guys. So yeah, if you've got any questions, just leave a question in the comments. Too easy. Thank you.